Alright, in this video we'll be looking at the 4 types of bases. So just a brief recall, what are bases? Bases are anything with pH level more than 7. It also feels soapy and it will taste bitter. Not that you should taste it, but there are 4 types of bases, right? All the bases, they end with the word oxide. So the 4 types of bases are the basic oxide, amphoteric oxide, acidic oxide, and neutral oxide. Okay, so you need to know the 4 types of oxides, and you need to be able to classify oxides into these 4 categories. So how do we do that? One easy way to remember this is by remembering the acronym BAMPAN. I don't know what that means, but it sounds funny. So BAMP, and so BAMPAN. And why we want to remember it this way is because it kind of fits in nicely with the periodic table that we are so familiar with. So B stands for basic. So the elements at the front of the periodic table. So all of these will form basic oxides. So lithium oxide, magnesium oxide, calcium oxide, all of these are basic. So all the metals will mostly form the basic oxides, right? So that's B. And then the next one in the list will be amphoteric oxides, right? So you can find the amphoteric oxides somewhere in the middle of the periodic table. So there are 3 amphoteric oxides that you need to memorize. The first is lead. Lead can be found here. The second is aluminium. The last one is zinc. So these 3 are what we call the ZEP oxides, or you can remember it as Lazada. So lead, aluminium, and zinc. So these are forming the amphoteric oxides. Okay, so I have the basic oxides, I have the amphoteric oxides. The next one that comes across is the acidic oxides. So acidic oxides will largely be formed from the non-metallic oxides. So it will be on the right hand side of the periodic table. So examples of such oxides are carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide. Okay, and then when it comes to the neutral oxides you have to put in some effort to memorize. So for the neutral oxides, they usually are those oxides that exist as a monoxide, like carbon monoxide, nitrogen monoxide, or water. In water, there's also only one oxygen, right? So one easy way to remember it is that if there's only one oxygen in the compound, we can safely assume that it's a neutral oxide. Okay, so this is how we kind of identify or classify the different oxides. Now, these oxides have different names because they undergo different types of reactions. Okay, so let's look at the basic oxides first. As mentioned, basic oxides are all the metallic oxides, group 1 and group 2 oxides. These basic oxides, they act as a base, so they will react with acids only. So over here, we are talking about a neutralization reaction because we are reacting an acid and a base. Okay, let's look at the acidic oxides. The acidic oxides is different, or the exact opposite of the basic oxides. So the acidic oxides are all those that are non-metal. So they act like an acid and will only react with base. Same thing, acid and base reaction. So I'm also looking at a neutralization reaction. Okay, now when it comes to the amphoteric oxides, like its name is very long, right? So you can remember this way. Amphoteric oxide name is very long. We remember it by thinking of Lazada, right? So because its name is very long, so it will undergo a lot of reactions. It will react with both acids and alkali in the same type of neutralization reaction. Okay, the last category that we see here is the neutral oxides. As its name suggests, right, neutral oxides, they are neutral, so they will not react with acid or alkali.